What's up, guys? Welcome to Gunner and Nicholle. My name's Gunner.
I'm Nicholle.
Or maybe I'm Nicholle.
Or maybe I'm Gunner.
Or anyways, we're a couple that travels in a school bus. We do couples videos, we do relationship videos, travel videos. So if you guys are interested in that stuff, hit the subscribe button to see more of that content and more of stuff like this come to you. Without further ado, we saw a really cool video on, I believe it was Jubilee.
Jubilee, I know Cut does similar videos, but I think it was Jubilee that's this idea.
So basically the idea of the video is that the couple shares their love story secretly. So we've been dating 11 months, almost a full year, which is so cool to think about. Today we're gonna be wearing headphones while sharing our story. So she would wear the headphones first, and then I'll answer a question and share part of our story while she's wearing headphones, so she can't hear anything that I'm saying.
Not a peep.
And then we'll switch and she'll answer that side of the story, and then maybe we'll converse on certain questions about how we've answered them and kind of see how we line up.
Yeah.
And you guys can, you know, tell us which side of the story you think's the cutest. Maybe both sides. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a good idea. Jubilee's videos are really cool, and we really love watching their videos, so we thought we'd do it and try it ourselves. You want to go first, or do you want me to go first? Maybe rock, paper, scissors.
Oh yeah, rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
On go.
On go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, go. Oh!
Dang it, I never lose. This is the first time in like a long time I've
Okay,
lost.
so I get to pick, and I want to listen to music first because I love music.
Okay, cool. I was gonna tell my story anyway. Can you not hear me? Okay, that's pretty good. So I met Gunner May of 2017. We met at a studio in California. When I was interviewing, I was just pretty much sitting there just waiting to be called into the office. I think it was like my second interview at the time.
My first impression of Nicholle was really quick. It was super cool. At the time I didn't really have feelings for her, but she came in for a job interview at the studio that I was working at.
I was pretty much sitting there in the like waiting room was where everyone else's offices were, so everyone was kind of like, you know, walking around. It also had like the kitchen there, and everyone was introducing themselves to me, and they were really nice. I mean, I saw Gunner in some of the videos, but when I saw him in person, he was just like, my first impression was, okay, this guy's really handsome, he's very attractive, but he probably knows it, he's probably full of himself, like, you know, like, you know, it's just kind of that stigma that comes with it, with being really, really attractive, I guess.
She was really pretty, and just said, you know, kill it, good job, kill it, wish you the best. But
he actually reached out his hand and was super nice and super sweet to me when he first introduced me to himself to me. The one thing that I remember was he had like this big pearly white smile. I loved his teeth because they were so like, I don't know, they're just so like white and attractive. It's such a good smile.
She definitely struck me as a really, really kind person just by the way she smiled at me and kind of looked at me during that moment, so it was kind of cool. But at the time I didn't really realize it. But
he was really nice to me because he started asking questions and just like, you know, he just looked very happy. So he was a very happy looking guy. It was my first impression of him.
It wasn't like love at first sight. It was a good first impression. My shirt keeps coming out. Every time I'm like reaching, I'm like giving him a little peek at my chest hair.
Ooh. Watch your eyes.
Watch your eyes. We had a friendship for about 2 years. We would go to trips. We would take weekends to, you know, go to Pismo Beach, go to Yosemite, go to Zion National Park. It was a blast. We had the funnest time because it was me, Nicholle, and her sister, Ashley. We were all working together at the time, and we decided just to take these weekend trips to go, you know, see different places and kind of just get out of town for a little bit.
And I had been really close friends for about 2 years. So we met in 2017. We started dating in 2019 of April 2019. So that's why we're a month away. Ew! Did you lick it? You licked it! You gave me a wet willy!
Ow! Alright, continue your story.
Okay, anyway. How dare you interrupt me?
As we're taking these trips, our friendship is growing and growing and growing. These trips ended up being some of the best times of my life, and I recognized very early on that these people were extremely important to me. Nicholle was just so unbelievably precious to me, and I just recognize the importance of it. At one point, we were at Yosemite, and I was in a wheelchair because the day previous to that, I was walking around a lot, and I have problems with my feet sometimes, so I can't walk. They were pushing me in a wheelchair in Yosemite, and if you guys have ever been to Yosemite, you know how difficult that is. There's hikes and there's a lot of hills and stuff, and they were pushing me all over the place, having a ball, and I recognized the childlike spirit in Nicholle that was just heavenly. Like, I loved it so much. She had her little boots on, and there was a little bit of snow on the floor, and she would like go up and just like jump on the snow and just like stomp around. And it was just one of those things that I realized too, that I wanted someone that was mature, but also I wanted someone who didn't take themselves too seriously and had like a childlike spirit, and that was Nicholle. She fit the mold 100%. After the 2 years of building our friendship and growing closer and closer.
We started dating April 2019. Prior to that, a couple months before we started dating, I was actually dating someone else, and I had broken up with that person. It just wasn't a healthy relationship, not what I wanted. I was moving on from that. I was just kind of in a headspace of, I'm actually really content where I am. I would like a godly relationship. I would like a relationship that, you know, I'm super excited about. So I was very content with where I was. I wasn't looking for another relationship, wasn't, you know, hoping for anything. A month went by and my feelings for Gunner started to come to light. Wasn't sure what to make of it because we had been like best friends up until then. In my headspace, I was like, okay, you know, he and myself and my sister Ashley were all really close 3 friends. We all worked together. We all did like traveling together and did trips, and it was a lot of fun. And in my head, I was like, okay, this is very tricky. This is very sticky. I'm starting to have feelings for Gunner. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to ruin my friendship with him. I don't want to change the dynamic between, you know, the 3 of us and make it awkward or just like different. I want the security of having his presence in my life permanent without taking that risk and being like, hey, I have feelings for you. So
I went home one weekend for Easter, I believe, and hung out with the fam, and I could not get my mind off of Nicholle. I could not get my mind off Nicholle, so I naturally started speaking to my parents and my family about Nicholle and how amazing she is, and she's just an amazing friend, and hyping up our friendship. And then I ended up telling them, I'm gonna try and get a date with Nicholle. If I get a date with her, I'm going to marry this woman. That's what I told my parents. Before I even knew at all if Nicholle liked me or had any sorts of feelings whatsoever, because at this point she had shown absolutely no signs. Wow. At this point she had shown no signs whatsoever that she liked me. So it was a giant leap of faith trying to get a date with her, and I realized the gravity of this situation because my friendship was so impactful to me and important to me that I didn't want to mess it up by possibly, you know, telling her that I had feelings for her. So it was a big step. And I realized that the friendship, no matter what, wasn't going to last forever, because if she got another boyfriend or a husband or something, I would have been kicked to the curb. That's just the natural progression of relationships.
I didn't say a word to anyone. I didn't say a word to my sister, who I literally tell everything to. And so she at the time didn't even know. She had no inkling that I had feelings for him or anything. I could not get him out of my mind. I kept thinking, he doesn't have feelings for me. He's not showing any signs, because he'll tell you that I didn't show any signs that I had feelings, but he didn't show any signs as well. Like, we were completely just like, you know, we didn't cross that line. We didn't toe the line at all.
So I realized very quickly, I have to ask this girl out. I have to marry her if I want her in my life for the rest of my life. I went back to California. That very next day I had work, and I asked Ashley and brought her into my car and asked her if Nicholle had ever told her that she had feelings for me whatsoever. And instantly she's like, no, Nicole's never really talked to me about you at all. She's never said anything. I was like, well, like, any inkling? Do you have any idea if she likes me at all or even has feelings? And she's like, no, not really. I'm like, great. So at that point, I'm like, great. I have no chance. I'm stuck in the friend zone. But at that point, I was like, Ashley, please just do some recon. Try to find out if she likes me, and we'll go from there.
The week leading prior to getting together, I could not stop thinking about him, and I was like, whoever ends up with him is gonna be the luckiest woman in the world, and I need to just get it out of my head. Like, it's not a possibility. It's not gonna happen. I need to get over it, so I don't take this too far in my head. It was his birthday week, and I was texting him. I was at home with my sister hanging out in the kitchen. I was like, Gunnar, what do you want to do for your birthday? Let's go do something. Let's do something fun. Let's hang out. Whatever you want, we'll make it happen. We'll get it done. I just thought it was so sweet. And I was looking down at my phone at the time, and out of the blue, Ashley's just like, what do you think about you and Gunnar? And my head just went, what? What do you mean? What makes you think that? In that moment, she knew, because I just, like, the look on my face was just like, I thought she knew. I thought she knew that I had feelings. I thought she knew I liked him. She told me, she's like, what if I told you I knew something? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, Gunnar actually has feelings for you. He talked to me this last Monday. He sat me down. So she's like, so what do you think? And I ended up confessing my feelings to her, and I was like, holy cow, this is the happiest day of my life. He actually has feelings for me. And I ended up telling her, and I was like, you know, everything that I felt about him. And she's like, I knew it. You want me to tell him? And I was like, wait till tomorrow, because that night we were supposed to go over to his place to have a movie night. I didn't want it to be weird when we all three go out and hang out together after that. So I wanted to be able to have a conversation with him alone and like talk it through on, you know, what's happening. And so I was like, you can tell him tomorrow.
Sure enough, like 3 days later, she ends up texting me saying that she has good news. It was getting close to my birthday, so we ended up having a movie night that night when both of us realized that the other liked us, but we hadn't told each other or talked to each other about it yet. So that's when the very next day happened at work. We ended up talking about it, and it felt like we were in like kindergarten, because I was like, hey, I kind of like you. Do you like me? And she's like, yeah, I kind of like you. I was like, I guess I should start planning our first date.
He's my best friend. I've known him for 2 years. I know him really well. I love being around him. I love who he is as a man. The fact that he has feelings for me, all right, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna marry that man. Like, I knew from that day I was gonna marry this man, and it was just the happiest day of my life. So the next day he came up to me after work. We talked in the parking lot. He's like, so I heard you like me. And I was like, I heard you have feelings for me. And I was like, yeah, I do. And then he's like, yes, I have feelings for you too. And he was like, okay, well, you know, let's do it. Let's do this. I'll plan the first date, and let's just start dating. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I was just so excited. I was so happy and just on cloud 9 that day. And then after that, we went to go hang out with friends, and here we are today.
That's kind of how we got together.
Because we had such a close friendship, it's almost like throughout our whole friendship, the feelings were, you know, building and building and building, because our friendship got deeper and deeper and deeper, and that's what ultimately led to our romantic feelings for each other. So I feel like when we first realized that our feelings were more than just a friendship level of feelings and they were romantic, they were around the same time-ish. He might have came to that conclusion himself a little bit before I did, and I think he had feelings, like underlying feelings, about a year before, because there's some things that, you know, happened while we were friends, and I'm like, I'm like, okay.
I have a feeling I know what Nicole's answer was. No matter what she said, which I can say right now because she has headphones on. You can't hear me, right? Cool. I liked her first. She had a very specific moment where she started to like me, even though she doesn't realize it. She had lunch with one of our good friends. His name is Ankush. He directly mentioned me being a possibility of being a boyfriend to her, or being, you know, something more than friends to her. And I remember specifically her talking about how that kind of sparked in her mind the possibility of me being more than a friend to her. So that was when she started liking me, and that was maybe a month, 2 months before we actually started dating. I liked her for probably a long time before we actually started dating. It was kind of this long ordeal because I had a friend who liked Nicholle a lot at the time, and I started developing feelings right before he kind of called her. I was kind of forced to take a step back because of bro code. I let him kind of take his shot, and eventually he ended up getting declined by Nicholle. I just kind of ended up swooping in. I think I started developing feelings for her though probably a year before we started dating, but it was a slow burn. It was one of those things that was like, okay, I kind of like the way she does that. I kind of like the way she does that. I kind of like the way she looks tonight. Ooh, can I shake her hand just to, like, you know, hold hands with her? And then, ooh, like her hands just are really soft. And ooh, you know, just started like really noticing a lot of things about her that I just, you know, got that little inkling of like, I love it. So ultimately all of those things started building up into me just really, really, really being attracted to Nicholle. And from that point, it just kind of worked out, and I'm so glad it did. Do I have to turn this music on?
Yeah.
Can I listen to your answer?
No.
Aw.
Not yet. The short answer, abso-freaking-lutely yes. The long answer, we have talked about marriage since like the second month of dating, and so we're almost at our 1 year. Marriage is absolutely a possibility. It's something that we want to happen soon, but we're just trying to, you know, time everything and just figure out when is the best to do it. But we definitely want to get married soon, and I can't picture my life with anyone else. So yes, marriage is a possibility.
What was your answer?
My answer was no. I'm just kidding.
Well,
you know my answer.
You don't know my answer.
You know my answer.
You don't know my answer. Is marriage a possibility? Yes, I'm proposing to her and don't tell her. Okay.
Done?
Done. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit the like button. If you guys want to hear more about our story, because we didn't give all the like nitty-gritty details of it, we might do a Q&A with you know, certain aspects of a relationship. Also comment down below other things that you guys want to see, whether it's advice, whether it's game videos, whether it's, you know, couple stuff, activities, anything. Just comment it down below and we'll try to make a video out of it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it and love you so much, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
You got a little spot of yellow on it.